Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this WILN Sports Special presentation of the high school football game of the week, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. Week number 4 of the high school football season. Our first look at Mike Bennett's Berwick Bulldogs as they play host to the Williamsport Millionaires here on WILN. Thank you for joining us for continuing coverage of high school football here on WILN. I'm Marty Burns, joined as always by the Big 33 Wall of Famer from here at Berwick High School and former head coach at Wilkes University, our good buddy Joe DeMelfi. Jim Burns on the stats. And Joe, as I mentioned, we had a chance during this past basketball season to talk to Mike Bennett after he had just been hired as head football coach. Tonight we get a first look at these Bulldogs, 1-2. Record a little deceiving. They were in and ahead of both Southern Columbia here and on the road at Valley View. Just didn't come away with victories. Got a big victory last weekend against Abington Heights. I
talked to Mike briefly before I came up to the press box. And Marty, he said the same thing. First game, he said both teams had that long wait at halftime. Didn't want to blame it on that. Thought they played fairly well the first half. Then the Valley View game gave it up right at the end. So they were 0-2, but they came back with a big victory against Abington Heights last week. And I'm sure they're looking to continue that as the captains go to midfield for the toss.
Meeting some of our good friends. Referee Earl Harris. To the left, the umpire, Mr. Frank Galicki. And they're joined by the linesman, Chris Basic. Gene Miller is the line judge. The back judge is Jeremy Yanish. Brian Jacobowski, the side judge. The men in stripes for tonight's game. And Joe, Williamsport also going through a transition. Mike Pearson taking over as head coach for these Millionaires. They also come in at 1-2. Their lone victory over Pittston area. And these Millionaires, if anything we've seen throughout the years, Joe, very athletic and some familiar names that we're going to see throughout the night that we've seen in the last couple of years for the Millionaires.
You know, Marty, Coach Pearson takes over for Coach Cruz, who did a good job for the 7 or 8 years he was at Williamsport. So a little bit different for this Williamsport team, maybe a new system. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust both teams 1-2 as we await national anthem.
Millionaires coming off a loss last week to Dallas, coached by the one and only Rich Manello.
Dallas is playing well up to this point, Marty, so it'll be interesting. They will, and the Bulldogs will get together a little further down the schedule.
And how about looking ahead a couple weeks down the schedule? Dallas makes a trip to Harmon Geist to take on the Cougars of Hazleton area, who I know you were very impressed with.
Very impressed last week with Tyler Wolf driving the bus. They have speed, they play defense. They're going to be a tough team to reckon with.
Joe, we're going to pause before kickoff for the Berwick Alma Mater and the national anthem performed by the Berwick Middle and High School Marching Band. outstanding renditions of the Berwick alma mater and our national anthem by the Berwick Middle and High School Marching Band. Want to wish them luck. We heard during their outstanding pregame performance show, they're going to be in a competition tomorrow night in Shamokin, so I want to wish them the best of luck there tomorrow night. And we are live on a brand new field at Crispin Field. Looks great. Nice blue end zones on each end. New looking Bulldog at midfield, Joe?
Yep, they put it in sometime in June or early July. Obviously, the base was there. The old turf, I think, lasted for almost 12 years, which is pretty much the life of a turf, maybe even a year or two beyond.
Getting ready to kick it away. The Bulldogs will be in the blue, going from left to right on your screen. Number 1, junior Luke Peters, teeing it up, back deep for the Millionaires. Number 3, Jameer Harden. Number 21, Saleh Moses. Harden, one of those players we talked about, Joe, and as I remember, he's quite the speedster for Williamsport, one of those guys that the Bulldogs will keep an eye on. It's a BLB Auto Sales, actually it's a Barbush Automotive kickoff to start the game. Harden bobbles, eludes one defender, but the Bulldogs gang up on him and keep him shy of the 20.
Looked like he might have had a crack there to get it up the field, but the Bulldogs are recovering quickly on that kickoff coverage team.
The Millionaires are going to be led by junior quarterback wearing number 1, Caleb Williamson. We mentioned Harden Yazir Slaughter wearing number 11, the other receiver. And keep an eye on number 4. We've seen him before, Nasir Hennigan, the tailback for the Millionaires, as Williamson will start 1st and 10 from the 18. And it'll be Hennigan. And the Bulldogs ready for him as a host of blue jerseys bring him down for a loss.
Came out with 2 tight ends. Williamsport did, wide receiver right. Tried to run off the right side with a kick-out power look. But right there you see the Bulldogs. 4, 5, 6 people in on a tackle. We're looking at 2nd and about 12.
You saw it there on that S.J. Kowalski replay, Joe. It looked like number 71, Harrison Snyder, burst through a double team and made that tackle for loss.
What happens is takes up 2 blockers, maybe 3 almost, and leaves the linebackers free to get to the ball.
Williamson, the pass for the first time, it's picked off!
Great pick, I believe. They're going to call it an interception. Stepped right. He ran the route with the receiver. Watch this, Marty. Drops back. Williamson makes the throw. Jumps the route. Great job. Billy Hansen.
Read it all the way, Joe, and reacted on the football first break of the night on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton scoreboard. No score as Berwick gets the ball for the first time off the interception. Ball will be marked. Looks like they're going to mark it right at the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal. And for the first time tonight, in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone are the Bulldogs off the turnover. Matt Lazinski, wearing number 12, the quarterback, slings it out to Wilk. He's got a room all the way to the end zone for 2 Italian guys. Pizzeria, Berwick touchdown for Dre Wilk.
Tell you what, Dre Wilk ran the circle and up route. Nobody on coverage. He has enough speed to get it in the end zone. Bulldogs up 6-0 quick on Billy Hansen's great interception.
Peters comes on, the left footer for the point after. Kick is up and good. 10:58 left in the opening quarter. The Bulldogs strike quickly with a turnover and touchdown, leading 7-0.
You've lived with it for too long. That recurring joint or muscle pain that makes everyday tasks a strain and repetitive movement almost impossible. Why put it off? The sooner you seek treatment, the more options you'll have. The faster you'll be back in full stride. The latest non-surgical solutions. The region's only nationally ranked program. That's orthopedics in action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
The Barbush Automotive kickoff with the Bulldogs leading 7-0. Harn, we said, is dangerous. He brought it out across midfield into Berwick territory at the 47. So if you're Williamsport, you want to answer that quick strike by Berwick. And here we get a look at the touchdown.
See, Wilk, and you see a linebacker trying to get out there, never could from the block up inside. Wilk scores easily. Williamsport at the 47 of the Bulldogs.
Counting that catch, Joe, Dre Wilkes, 7 catches on the year, and he's got 3 touchdowns on the board. Very effective, as Williamson tried to get Harden involved in the open field, but the Bulldogs swarmed upon him quickly for a gain of about 2.
Talked about Harden on the kickoff, and you saw how dangerous. If he gets to the outside, he turned it up, about a 55-yard return approximately, I'm guessing at that.
Are you in coordination with Mr. Burns? He has it at exactly 55.
Oh, no, I was using my quick scan of the field, and I got lucky.
George Whaley got tackled for a loss of 4.
I tell you what.
Go ahead, Joe.
Just to talk about Berwick's defensive front, how quickly they get up the field.
Their penetration early on has been significant on both of these drives.
How do you slow them down? You can screen it.
So we'll call it 3rd and 12 from the 49. If I read the scoreboard, I'll know better. Hennigan trying to bounce it outside, and he is dropped for a loss by Spencer Kishbaugh.
I'll tell you what, right here. Look at it. He slows the blocker up and then bounces off and makes the tackle.
So after the great kickoff return by Harn, the Berwick defense forces the Millionaires back. They're punting from their own territory after starting the drive in Berwick territory. Looks like punting this one away will be number 14 for Williamsport. That is Connor Poole, the junior. It's a BLB Auto Sales punt. Dre Wilk lets it bounce. And this one is going to go inside the 10. And the Bulldogs will start their 1st and 10, leading 7-0 off, as Joe mentioned, the big anticipation and interception by Billy Hansen. One play is all it took, Lonzinski to Wilk. 7-0 Bulldogs as they get it back with 8:51 left in the opening quarter.
Good punt, kept it away from the return people. They really didn't have a chance to get it up the field. So Berwick will start their offense inside the 10, barely, but long way to go.
So 1st and 10 from the 9, as you see 7-0 Berwick on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazleton first quarter scoreboard. Kishbaugh goes in motion to the top of your screen. This will be Bankus. And Bankus will get almost 5 on the first down carry. Ryan Bankus, a senior for the Bulldogs. I've seen him quite a bit the last couple of years, Joe, and now getting the start as a senior.
Quick hitter, right side, the offensive line to the right side. Nice job with some movement. Anytime you can pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down, you're doing a good job, and that time they picked up just about 4.
Wilk goes in motion at the top of your screen. They toss. A big burst of speed. Has a man in front of him. That's Kishbaugh. Wilk is going to go all the way. His second 2 Italian Guys Pizzeria touchdown in this opening quarter for the Bulldogs.
I'll tell you what, Marty. We talked about last week people being quick. The toss to the corner. Nobody, great job blocking on the corner, by the way, right there. Didn't get a number with that offensive lineman. But once Dre Wilk gets to the sideline, turns it up the field, we had his dad at Wilkes when we were there. He's a defensive back. Dre's a little faster than his father.
I knew you were going to get that in there. As the Bulldogs, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 7:59 left in the opening quarter. They lead at 14-0.
He'll be calling me on the phone.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
We moved! We've moved to 703 Airport Road. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has moved to our new state-of-the-art location with more room for greater selection and our all-new service and parts department. Come see us at our all-new location, Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, behind Walmart on Airport Road. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Bulldogs up 14-0 in the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton Game of the Week. On the Barbush Automotive kickoff, Soleil Moses, as the Bulldogs kicked away from him, brought it up to the 22 of Williamsport. That's where they begin, trailing 14-0. Sorry, Joe, go ahead.
Marty, 2 touchdowns. Wilkes' first touchdown, 10-yard pass from Lonzinski. 1 play, 10 yards after Hansen's interception. Second touchdown, Wilk, 86-yard run on the corner. Peters a kick. 2 plays.
Williamson found Whaley in open field. He will pick up, for the first time tonight, a Grand Central first down for the Millionaires out across the 40.
Here you see Williamson making a nice throw. Great throw inside. Whaley with that catch. A lot of people around him.
Got to see Whaley last year come in at quarterback for the Millionaires, but we saw his athleticism there on that play. All the way out to the 42, a gain of 21, I believe Jim Burns wrote down. Now Whaley comes in at quarterback, slings it out to Slaughter. Slaughter will get out across the 45 to about the 47, give him a gain of about 5.
Marty, I go back to the touchdown by Wilk, the 86-yarder. I believe that was Slabinski, as you pointed out, at tight end, that did a nice job on the corner.
I don't know if this is a change of pace for Coach Pearson or if something happened to Williamson, but Whaley again in at quarterback ran at a late flag. I'm wondering if that could be maybe a late hit against the Bulldog defense, but I may be premature as Frank Galicki communicates with Earl Harris. We get to see Earl up close and personal for the first time tonight. And it is a personal foul against the Bulldog defense. So it will be a Grand Central first down via penalty as the Millionaires trying to answer quickly, as we're not even halfway through this opening quarter, Joe. It's 4-0 and the Millionaires are on the move.
I think Williamson's back in. Maybe the play with Whaley was just a change-up. give the defense something else to look at.
And this time they're going to give it to the fullback, and that is going to be Alonzo Rice as he gets a gain of about a yard.
You're going to see Spencer Kishbaugh along with right here.
Was that Tristan English as well?
And Braylon Hawkins also. So the Bulldogs converging on the ball carrier very quickly.
There were a lot of blue shirts. We probably could have named a lot of guys in up and run. Williamson just gets it off, looking downfield, knocked away, but a flag is down. Josh Kishbaugh on the defense.
Well, I'll tell you why he had the flag is down, because Josh Kishbaugh, if you watch as the ball is thrown, he takes his left hand right there and it pushing the receiver. If he would have kept both arms inside, I don't know if that's a call.
Williamson was looking for the 6'4", 195-pound senior Jakia Klein wearing number 6. Big target. Now we're going to converse and march off the penalty. Another first down via penalty, Joe, a Grand Central first down for the Millionaires as we see Earl Harris making the pass interference call. That'll bring it inside the 20 to the 18. So the Millionaires, I'm sorry, Joe, in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone.
After the kickoff, 2 big penalties takes it down to about the 18, Berwick's 18.
They're going to give it to Hennigan. He eluded Sheptalk, but couldn't get away from the second line of defenders. It's going to be a loss of about a yard.
Hawkins again right there with help from his friends. Marty, you're down 14-0. Important to come away with some points here. Let's see what Coach Pearson has.
2nd and 11 for the Millionaires. Hennigan, a focus of this Berwick defense, 3 carries, -8 yards, and the hard count by Whaley got the Bulldog defense to jump, I believe, and that is the call by Earl Harris. So it'll make it 2nd and 6. And that's another thing you can do to an aggressive defense, Joe. Come with the hard count.
Hard count to make them jump, which is exactly what happened.
Give to Hennigan, and he is met by a host of Bulldogs. I believe pulling him down was Liam Carroll, wearing 78.
Carroll was there first. Did a nice job forcing the third down right here. There you see it, number 78, Liam Carroll.
And also in there, he had a hand on the jersey of Hennigan was Jack Andrews, wearing 75 for the Bulldogs.
Forcing a 3rd and about 11.
Right where we were before the 5-yard penalty. So another loss of 5 for Hennigan. Williamson back in, slings it out to his fullback, Rice. He gets forced out of bounds inside the 15 after a gain of about 6.
Looks like they're changing teams. Don't know whether this will be a kick.
I believe it is, Joe. Connor Poole, listed as their kicker, comes out. This looks like it's going to be a 30-yard attempt. The ball be marked at the 20. Hold is down. Poole's kick is up and good. 4:32 left in the opening quarter. Millionaires on the board. They now trail at 14-3.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
On the Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton, game of the week. Millionaires get on the board, trail 14-3. We've had the Barbush Automotive kickoff returned by Bo Sheptok, where he was upended in the open field by Alex Stugart for the Millionaires. And the Bulldogs will have it at their 23. And Williamsport wants to call a timeout, trailing 14-3. We'll keep it here. And, Joe, even though it was 3, I think it was important that the Millionaires got some points out of that drive. And we saw the strength of the leg of Connor Poole as a weapon here for Williamsport.
I think you're down 14-0 early in the game. First quarter, you have to come away with some type of points there. So the kick field goal was a good decision. Williamsport picks up 3, narrows it to 11 points as the Bulldogs will start their offense at the 23-yard line, their own 23.
And, Joe, a possible injury situation on the Berwick sideline. Looks like Alex Hacker, the starting defensive end for the Bulldogs, the senior, currently being attended to by medical personnel on the Berwick bench, and we'll have to keep an eye on him as this game progresses. But the Bulldog offense takes the field, leading now 14-3. They're going to hand this one off to Sheptok, who had a hole and got tripped up after a nice gain of about 5, but it could have been more if he didn't get tripped up.
Left side, Sheptok showed that line of scrimmage. Williamsport, 3 points.
Connor Poole
with the field goal, 7 plays, 65 yards, helped by some penalties. Berwick had 3 of them for 35 yards.
Lonzinski, play action. Slings it out to Slabinski, his tight end. He's got room down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds, but a flag is down. At the moment, it's a Grand Central first down. Now, if it's a penalty against the offense, it could be a spot foul. They still may get a first down out of this. Depends on the call, but nice play call, finding Slabinski out in the open field.
Lonzinski does a nice job with the ball. Gets and throwing. We got a hold call against the Bulldogs.
Frank Galicki marched it off and then waited for the football. It will be marked at the 37 of Berwick. So that should be a Bulldog first down, a Grand Central first down. But the spot foul takes away some of the yards after catch by Slabinski, marking it at the Bulldog 37.
Took away about 10 yards the way it looks, Marty, somewhere in that area. So the Bulldogs with the first down.
Lonzinski seemed unsure. Now he goes under center. And he's going to hand it off again. A short gain this time for the Bulldogs.
A little bit of a counter action there coming back to the right side. Williamsport does a good job of staying at home.
And that was Sheptok again on the carry for the Bulldogs. They'll give them 2. So it's 2nd and 8 from the 39 as you see the clock approaching 3 minutes remaining. In a little bit of an action-packed first quarter, Joe, on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazleton scoreboard.
17 points on the board between the two teams.
And taking this is Kishbaugh straight up the middle. He is going to go 61 yards for a 2 Italian guys. Pizzeria! Berwick touchdown!
Spencer Kishbaugh taking it, making the fake, and he follows his blockers up the field. Leading the way was Slabinski. Kishbaugh showing some speed. I'm wondering if new turf automatically speeds your team up, because the last couple of weeks, Hazelton's turf's fairly new, Berwick's new, has good speed. Kishbaugh hit it up the middle and gone.
Wouldn't have sped me up, Joe. As the point after from Peters is no good. 2:52 left in the opening quarter. It's 20-3 Bulldogs.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Hey, it's Todd Kern from Our Development. Some of you may know us as a company that only builds in our own developments like this one. But you know that we'll build anything, anywhere. If you own a lot and you need something built, just give us a call, we'll build it. We are a self-performing design build company. That means we go from this concept to handing you the keys to this. It also means we do not hire subcontractors. Everything's in-house. And if you want to live in one of our developments, the view's not too bad.
I'm watching.
The Barbush Automotive kickoff was taken by Moses of Williamsport, and he got tripped up in the open field. I believe it was the junior Tyler Winter that made a nice open field tackle to bring Moses down. And we're seeing Earl Harris, a personal foul against the Bulldogs. I missed that one, but that's going to add 15 yards to that kickoff return by Moses.
Not a good look for the Bulldogs. That's another personal foul. Don't know what but that's 5 penalties. Kishbaugh, last touchdown for the Bulldogs, 61 yards. Kick fail, 4 plays, 77 yards, 140. And there you see Spencer Kishbaugh scoring that touchdown.
And Spencer and the other Bulldogs may be looking at that video this week. Very close. Make sure you cross that goal line before you drop the football.
I'll tell you what, Coach Bennett has to be fairly pleased. I don't think he's going to be too pleased with the penalties, because we always say this, Marty. They happen when you're ahead by 20, but what about when you're ahead by 2? And then they start to really affect how the game is played. So going to have to work on, as a first down again, is minus yardage for the Millionaires.
Another loss of 4, bringing it back to the 39. So 2nd and 14 for the Millionaires. Williamson, the pass across the middle, has a man. Going down the open field is Caden Holt, and he is going to be brought down at about the 25 of Berwick. Good for a Grand Central first down.
I'll tell you what, Williamson did a nice job. Wide open, middle of the field. Don't know what the secondary coverage was, but there was a huge gap in the middle of the field. Williamsport looking to answer.
Gain of 36 on the connection from Williamson to Holt. Now Whaley back in at quarterback, has Hennigan to his left. And again, the Bulldogs jump. And that's one of the things you talked about, an aggressive defense. You talked about a screen, but the other thing you do is attack them with the hard count.
You know what, Marty? You can be aggressive with discipline. Defensive front. You can get up the field, but watch the ball. Elementary.
So it makes it 1st and 5 from the 20. Now in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone are the Millionaires. Whaley thought about giving it to Hennigan, kept it himself, and the Bulldogs string him out nicely. Another rush for a loss for Williamsport.
Great job on the corner keeping that play flat. By that I mean sideline to sideline. Never got a chance to turn up. So the Bulldogs defensively are really doing a nice job. As I said, the penalties won't hurt you when you're up 17 for the most part.
Officially, I believe it was English that got the tackle for loss for the Bulldogs as it becomes 2nd and 6 from the 21. Williamson, quick drop. He's looking for Klein, and he overshot him, incomplete. Again on the coverage was Josh Kishbaugh for Berwick.
Kishbaugh let the receiver get a little bit over the top, but the throw was long. So, 3rd and about 5.
Clock stops at 30.1 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. 20-3 Bulldogs on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton scoreboard. Williamson, quick drop, this time to his right, looking for Harden, and ruled incomplete.
Nice job defensively there. Looked like it was a...
And with 4th down coming up, it looks like Connor Poole is going to trot onto the field again, Joe.
Williamsport tried to run that slant pattern inside. Berwick secondary doing a good job there. And another field goal.
Moses to hold. It looks like officially it's going to be a 38-yard attempt for Poole. Moses gets it down. Kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right. So we'll keep it here with 18.9 seconds remaining in the opening quarter as the Bulldogs bend again but don't break defensively and keep it at 20-3.
Berwick playing defensively well. Offensively, they gotten some big plays. An 86-yarder from Wilk, and then Kishbaugh and his long touchdown run. So they are up by 17 points.
Joe, set up by the turnover, scoring drive of 5 seconds, then big play for 52 seconds, and then a scoring drive of 1:40.
Berwick will take over at the 20, their own 20, with 18.9 seconds left, first quarter.
Wilk in the backfield with Lonzinski on 1st and 10 from the 20. They're going to sling it out to Wilk. Williamsport reads it well. Nice open field tackle. I believe that was the opposing 7, Nasir Williams for Williamsport.
I'll tell you what, Williams does a good job here. Wilk tries to turn it up, but Williams quickly.
As we saw the S.J. Kowalski replay, we are at the end of a quarter. The score, Berwick 20, Williamsport 3. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week on WILN.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571. Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis, 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com. Two Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazelton has all your favorites. From pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
We welcome you back to live high school football here on WILN from Crispin Field in Berwick. The hometown Bulldogs leading it at the start of the second quarter, 20-3.
Marty, first quarter, Berwick 159 yards rushing, Williamsport minus 14. 29 yards passing for Berwick, 60 for Williamsport, 188 total for the Bulldogs. And we're going to have a flag. I think it's a movement. Marty, penalties, 6 for 65 for the Bulldogs. Williamsport does not have a penalty up to this point.
Getting some out-of-town updates. North Schuylkill leading Tamaqua 21-6 early on in the second quarter. And it looks like Hazelton area scored first, Wolf to Bookman. But the Wolfpack have answered with about 7 minutes left in the half, leading 7-6 on a Jake Howe quarterback sneak. Here, 20-3 Bulldogs, start of the second quarter. Lonzinski, quick drop, and believe it was ruled incomplete.
Bulldogs digging themselves a little bit of a hole offensively with that penalty. We're going to look at a 3rd and about 15.
They are going to rule it was complete. So 3rd and 16 from the 16. No, excuse me, 3rd and 14 is what it should be. I apologize. Lonzinski out of the gun, 3 receivers set to the bottom of your screen. He looks that way. He's going deep for Kishbaugh and knocked away, I believe, by Slaughter defensively. They were looking for the size advantage of the 6'2 Kishbaugh on Slaughter, listed at 5'10", but Slaughter, great job defensively.
Great job is right. Berwick wanted a call, but there really was no call there.
Moses back deep awaiting the BLB Auto Sales punt.
One of the things you don't want to do is become impatient if you're the Bulldogs. They've scored very quickly. If you become impatient, then you start making throws down the field and you're not sure that they're good throws as the punt comes out of there.
Short kick that'll be downed at the Berwick 41. So Millionaires get great starting field position, leading or trailing 20-3 on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton scoreboard.
I think the other thing is with the Berwick defensive front playing as aggressively as they are, you need to put some brakes on that. Run a screen early, maybe a draw, try to get it up the field, but something to stop that quick penetration.
Williamson and Whaley in the game. Williamson at the quarterback position out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. Gets it off for Hennigan, tipped and almost picked off by Kishbaugh.
I'll tell you what, if he would have picked that off, it would have been to the house, as they say.
And we get another late flag that I missed, Joe. A penalty against the Bulldogs defensively. Have to see what Earl Harris called again here. I missed the call, but I did catch him at the end. Point toward the Berwick defense. And let's see if he's going to make the call again.
It's a big one, too.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, they're going to call against the Bulldogs. So a Grand Central first down via penalty brings it down to the Bulldog 25.
Williamson had pressure from the left side. He was facing right, which means that the player either hit him late or hit him around the helmet area.
This will be Hennigan. His first positive run of the night, and he's still on his feet. Down the sideline, he gets hog-tied down, and flags on that sideline will probably be against the Bulldog defense, but the first big run for Hennigan results in a Grand Central first down, but there is a flag back at the 21.
We're going to have offsetting, I think. This is a horse collar, the tackle right there by Kishba, a horse collar. But something at the line of scrimmage might be against the Millionaires. Let's wait till they decide what they're going to do.
Well, while they have the conference, I can update a couple of games. North Schuylkill now leading Tamako 28-6. And in a big showdown tonight, Loyalsock coming off a big victory over Southern Columbia last week, leading Mike Brennan's Danville Ironman 7-0. And we're continuing to chat. Earl Harris and his group.
There is a discussion, Earl Harris, and we're looking at, I believe, offsetting.
So let's see what we've got here. Hold against the offense. Personal foul. They're calling it a face mask. And offsetting. But shouldn't the ball be at the 25? Or am I incorrect, Joe? Oh, yes. They're going to move it back.
They're moving it back.
And now we've got whistles. Timeout Berwick. They lead it 20-3. We'll keep it here, so both teams will be left 2 timeouts in the opening half. Coming up at the half, we'll get a look at the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau halftime highlights. Have halftime stats from Jim Burns. So we invite you to stay tuned for that coming up at the half.
That offsetting penalty took away the first good run by the Millionaires. And trying to come up with something, Marty, where they can come away with more than 3 points.
That's the one thing in this day and age of football, no matter what level you're talking about, whether you go from high school all the way up to the professionals, you want to come away with points, and we talked about it. I think it was critical for Williamsport to do so, but you can't keep kicking field goals in the way high-powered offenses are these days.
You can't swap 3 for 7, 3 for 7. Right. It's not going to happen. That you're very seldom you're going to win the game. So you got to come up with a touchdown.
And that's what the Millionaires are hoping for. They got great starting field position at the 41 of Berwick after the punt. Now have a 1st and 10 from the 25. They're going to give it to Rice, but the Bulldogs stack him up. One of those leading the charge was Snyder. And Williamsport's going to go hurry up.
Harrison Snyder with a good stop.
2nd and 10. Williamson, quick drop. Looking for Harden. They threw it into double coverage. Hansen and Sheptalk were there for the Bulldogs.
I would think, Marty, if you try to throw it in the 10 to 15 yard range, which the Millionaires have done a couple of times, and let the receiver try to get what he can rather than trying to go to the end zone again. It's easy up here, a little tougher down there.
Coach, for a long time I've been with you, and to this point you've been undefeated.
I'm trying to continue that streak.
3rd and 10. Fake the head again. Here come the Bulldogs. Back in the game is Hacker. What does he do? He gets a sack for the Bulldogs.
I'll tell you what, the quarterback came out of there, and there are 2 things that Hacker did there. Number 1, did a great job on the rush. 2, took him out of field goal range, and now the Millionaires will punt it away. Here you see, as he comes, quarterback has to expect when he makes that turn, there's going to be somebody there. So he needs to pull up or else get rid of the ball quickly. Couldn't do either one.
BLB Auto Sales punt coming up from Connor Poole. I believe that's Wilk back deep for the Bulldogs. And pressure on Poole. He got it off, and actually it was Sheptalk back deep for the Bulldogs. But another nice punt by Poole. That'll be down inside the 10 at the 8. So twice Poole punting has pinned the Bulldogs deep. And we see it so often, sometimes teams don't always can find that kicking game. You can tell Poole is a weapon on both punting and kicking for Williamsport.
Nice to have a guy like that, Marty, who can punt the ball as well as put it up there between the uprights as the Bulldogs start their offensive series from the 7-8 yard line.
Now 35-12 North Schuylkill over Tamaqua with 3 minutes left in the opening half. Cougars have retaken the lead 14-7 on a Connor Kundrat touchdown run. Here the Bulldogs continue to lead 20-3 as
pick up good yardage on first down, Marty. Picked up about 5. They've been running the ball well again. The enemy is, we're scoring quickly, let's try to do that. And you get away from your game plan.
That was Bankus who had the first down carry for the Bulldogs. And it looks like Bankus will get it again, and he keeps those legs churning all the way out near the 20. Depending on the spot, it could be a grand central first down, and it is for Berwick.
2 running plays, 1 right side, 1 left side, and they pick up the first down. Plus, the other thing, Marty, you start running the ball a little bit, all of a sudden you're going to do some play fake, and you might get something up the field.
Ball's officially going to be marked at the Berwick 19, but a new set of downs, 1st and 10. And it is play action. Lonzinski looks, being pressured, and he is going to avoid the sack by gaining a yard, eventually tackled by Malachi Puckey.
Looking downfield, had 2 receivers. Didn't have them as clear as he wanted. So again, he rushes for 1 yard, making it 2nd and 9.
Approaching 7.5 minutes remaining in the half. Frank Galicki blows the whistle. And it looks like we may have, I believe, blood on Harrison Snyder. So he has to leave the game to get that attended to. It looks like replacing him is 56 J.J. Leonard. Baptism by fire, Joe, only a freshman.
Good time to do it.
And they're going to hand it off. And getting out to about the 30-yard line is Bankus, and it's a grand central first down.
Bankus running the ball straight up. Great job of blocking. Good hole at the line of scrimmage. Jack Andrews down the field, leading Bankus. They pick up the first down.
Give him a gain of 11 on that play. And the Dogs will stay on the ground. Bankus again, and he is brought down after a gain of about 8. Making the Millionaire tackle was Lucas Naughton.
Great job on the counter. Watch it here. Takes a step to the right, gets a good block, another good block. Mike Vaughn, the fullback, making a good block, picks up 8.
2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs from their own 39. Bankus again. And this time he got dragged back by Williamsport's Narik Burks from his defensive end position.
Burks with a nice job defensively. Bulldogs bring it to the 40. 3rd and 1 yard for the first. Nice rhythm to the offense right now, Marty. They're running the ball well.
Lonzinski with the sneak. Still on his feet. Gets out across the 45. The big quarterback. 6 foot 217 is what he's listed at. And he gains about 8 on the sneak.
Well, I'll tell you what, Marty, the offensive line really doing a nice job. Push that defensive line back 4 or 5 yards, allowing Lonzinski to pick up the first down on a quarterback sneak.
So it was a Grand Central first down for the Bulldogs. They have it at their own 48. And this is Bankus. The Millionaires, a host of white jerseys, bring him down for a tackle for loss.
They did that, the same play to the other side, to the left side, earlier with the fullback in short motion, and it worked. This time, the Millionaires jumping on it.
Loss of 3, making it 2nd and 13. Lonzinski again under center. Play action. Lonzinski rolling left, being pressured by Rice, and it's picked off by Burks. And I believe causing that was Alonzo Rice on his pressure. I think he got Lonzinski's arm and he created the short pass.
No doubt about it. Now they made the fake to right side, but Lonzinski has to come out and turn his shoulders quicker to look for the receiver. You're right. His arm was tipped. Ball intercepted. Williamsport takes over at Berwick's 48-yard line.
4:14 left in this opening half. 2 timeouts remaining for the Millionaires. Trailing 20-3 on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazleton scoreboard. Hennigan trying to bounce it outside. The Bulldogs don't let him do it. Slabinski came away with the first penetration, and then I believe it was Hacker that finished the tackle.
Right here. Again, penetration. Slabinski right there, and then Hacker. Slabinski with that penetration, and we go back to the interception. Rice did an excellent job redirecting himself.
They gave Hennigan forward progress for a loss of 1, making it 2nd and 11. Williamson across the middle finds Whaley. He broke 1 tackle but was brought down by Braylon Hawkins, but not before he picks up a Grand Central first down at the 30.
The ball was completed at 5, about 15 to 17 yards. Picks up the first down.
Ball officially marked at the Berwick 30. Approaching 3:15 remaining in the half. Williamson being pressured, eludes a couple of defenders, lost his balance, and fell down for no gain.
Looked like he was going to be able to turn it up there, Marty. I don't know whether somebody got a hand on his ankle or he just went down. As you said, tried to come out and go left to right, might have just slipped on the turf. 2nd down.
Clock continuing to run as you see on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealership of Greater Hazleton second quarter scoreboard with Williamsport trailing 20-3. This is a toss to Hennigan. Trying to get to the outside. Berwick had him strung out nicely. He cuts it back. A flag is down. Wilk, among others, bring him down. We'll see with the flag.
Well, if I had to guess, I would say it's a hold on the corner.
And through almost a half of football, Joe, I got to say, very impressed with this Berwick defense, rush defense specifically. They're prepared for this speed of Williamsport. We've seen it a couple times where Williamsport's trying to get to the outside and the Berwick defense is stringing them out nicely.
I'll tell you what, Berwick has some speed defensively. They can get to the ball. That time, they did a great job of stretching the play. The back did the right thing by trying to go back against the grain. And if you find a crease, but Berwick's backside did a decent job. So with the penalty, it's second down at about almost 20, I would think.
Clock continues to run. Williamson quickly gets under center with the play clock down to 3. And with rushing with that play clock running down, I believe Whaley jumped for Williamsport, and that is the call. So now it becomes 2nd and 26 in what was looking like a promising drive. Now penalties starting to plague the Millionaires offensively.
This would be a great opportunity for a screen pass, whether you want to go screen with the back or tight end screened in the middle. But you know the Bulldog front, they're going to have their ears laid back and ready to go after Williamson.
Or I know he was back in the area recently. Do you go with the old rocket screen?
The rocket screen. He looks like he could still run it, although he has a little gray in his beard.
Williamson tried across the middle of the hole. Kishbaugh was there waiting for him. Pass falls incomplete.
That was a little tight to the line of scrimmage, the throw. Maybe Williamson wanted the receiver a little deeper, but Kishbaugh right there. So third down.
So it's 3rd and 26. Clock stopped with 1:37 remaining in the half. Williamson will go under center. And Slabinski got pressure, but Williamson got away. That pass falls incomplete as two Berwick defenders collided, trying for the interception. One was Sheptock, and the other was Wilk.
Here you see a good rush. Slabinski almost, and now you're going to see that collision.
Sheptock is the one that remains down for Berwick.
We're going to have injury timeout.
So I would think Williamsport's going to punt this away on 4th and 26, 1:29 remaining in the half. Berwick will get it back, see what Coach Bennett elects to do. Probably depends on the field position and maybe what they do on first down. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Should get it somewhere about 1:20 remaining, I would think, Joe.
I would think if you're looking at the timeout situation, sideline situation, as Coach Bennett walks over to the injured player,
And really on a play like that, Joe, you know, we've talked about how aggressive this Berwick defense is. You got 2 players that are just going for the football and didn't see each other and just collided.
Going after it. And
Sheptock gives a thumbs up to the crowd that he's all right, probably. Hopefully it's one of those that he just had the wind knocked out of him.
Looks like that might be the case, Marty. Sheptock with good speed, a very important part of this Berwick offense and defense. Might be able to give him a chance to recoup with the last 1:29 plus the halftime.
And Berwick will take a timeout to align their special teams unit, but that'll leave them with 1 remaining here in the half, and maybe that'll change the thinking for Coach Bennett with only 1 timeout remaining. But we'll see.
Poole's been kicking very well, Marty, so see what happens as the Bulldogs set their return team up.
As Dre Wilk will go back to receive the punt from Poole. It'll be a BLB Auto Sales punt. Remind you, stay tuned at the half. We'll look at the halftime highlights brought to you by Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau. And have halftime stats compiled by our very own Jim Burns. Poole ready to punt it away. Gets off the kick that Wilk will look to return. Eludes one defender. Got away from a second, but can't get away from the third as he'll be brought down just shy of the 10. And the Bulldogs will start there with 1:17 remaining.
Good coverage on that kick by the Williamsport punt cover team.
I wonder if Wilk's still feeling the effects of that collision with Sheptok as he walks slowly to the sidelines. Joe, I don't know how you've managed to do it.
I got another home game.
Next Friday night, the aforementioned earlier in an update, Wolf Pack of Wilkes-Barre area will be here to take on the Bulldogs. We'll be on the air next Friday at 7. And then on the 30th, Marion Catholic Monoy areas, we see our good friends from Monoy City. And then back to Harmon Geist, Comets, Cougars. All games beginning at 7, part of the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week here on WILN. And the Bulldogs are going to run the football on first down as it was Bankus getting a gain about 8 on the play.
They've been doing very well first down running the ball, picking up anywhere from 4 to 8 yards on the initial play.
But as you've seen, we've gone under a minute as we look at the great crowd here at Crispin Field supporting the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs look like they're in no hurry, Joe. If Williamsport decides that they want to stop the clock, they can, but I think the Bulldogs very content to run it out here. And a host of white jerseys stack up and stop Bankus. Looks like they'll say no gain, bringing up third down, but it looks like the Bulldogs do not have to run another play unless Williamsport decides to call timeout.
Bulldogs will go in leading by 17 as the
Bulldogs will go halfway to their second win in a row here in 2022, led by their defense and their offense using big plays to lead it. 20-3. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week, and you're watching it live from Crispin Field here on WILN.
You've lived with it for too long. That recurring joint or muscle pain that makes everyday tasks a strain and repetitive movement almost impossible. Why put it off? The sooner you seek treatment, the more options you'll have. The faster you'll be back in full stride. The latest non-surgical solutions. The region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
We welcome you back to live high school football here on WILN. It's the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week from Crispin Field in Berwick. Hometown Bulldogs leading at 20-3. Before we hear from the Williamsport Marching Band, I want to give some other out-of-town scores. Just about halftime, North Schuylkill now leading Tamaqua 42-12. At the half, Danville trailing Loyalsock 7-0. And in the brand new Wolfpack Stadium at Wilkes-Barre area, the hometown Wolfpack trailing the Cougars of Hazelton area by a score of 14-7, which leads right into starting Wednesday night at 7. Joins Hazelton area head coach Dennis Bookman for the first running of his weekly show, Sports Talk, here on WILN, your weekly source for Hazelton area high school football. Coach Bookman will go over the game against the Wolfpack, a look ahead to another road contest, this time against West Scranton, and have a special guest from the Cougar football team. That's Sports Talk beginning this Wednesday at 7 on WILN with Hazelton area head coach Dennis Bookman, your weekly source for Hazelton area high school football. And Joe, a little bit of similarities from the Cougars that we saw last week and the Bulldogs this week. Both teams even though had some big plays offensively. Quick strike, Hazelton area put up 54 last week. Berwick already at the half with 20. I thought it was the defenses of both teams that set the tone.
Quick, get to the ball. They run the field very well. By that I mean if the ball is thrown on a pass outside, the defense can get there. Not only the secondary, but the linebackers, defensive ends. So I'm impressed with both teams defensively. And like I said, we're going to see both of them playing at Hazelton, I believe, lay down the schedule.
Believe it's week number 10, my friend.
I don't want to rush the season, but
I don't want it to get any colder just yet either.
I agree.
As the Williamsport band continues to set up here at Crispin Field for their halftime performance.
Marty, I think when you look at this right now, Williamsport in the locker rooms looking at, we've had some opportunities. We've come away with 3 points. We need to take a better advantage of points by trying to do a better job getting it into the end zone. Berwick, I think, is saying, we're playing very well both sides of the ball, but let's be a little more disciplined. Penalties haven't hurt them for a large part, but they could. So let's be more disciplined.
And Williamsport may be making offensive adjustments, but they're going to have to start with their defense, as Berwick is slated to get the ball to start the second half. So Williamsport looking for a big stop from their defense to keep it at 20-3 and see what they can do offensively as they come out of the locker room to start the third quarter. And waiting for the Williamsport marching band as they're making final preparations for their halftime performance.
When we get to the statistics, Marty, it'll be interesting to see what rushing yardage looks like for both teams. Bulldogs started rushing the ball well at the end of the second quarter. Williamsport really hasn't had a chance to get it cranked up.
And it looks like they are just about ready. Let's head down to the brand new turf here at Crispin Field in Berwick and hear from the Williamsport marching band. That has been the Williamsport Marching Band with their halftime performance. We'll be back with more from Crispin Field and Berwick. The Bulldogs lead it at the half, 20-3.
You've lived with it for too long. That recurring joint or muscle pain that makes everyday tasks a strain and repetitive movement almost impossible. Why put it off? The sooner you seek treatment, the more options you'll have. The faster you'll be back in full stride. The latest non-surgical solutions. The region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
We welcome you back to the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton Game of the Week here on WYLN at the half. Hometown Bulldogs leading the Millionaires of Williamsport 20-3. Moments away from getting a look at halftime stats compiled by our very own Jim Burns.
Marty, I had mentioned earlier looking forward to rushing yardage by both teams. Seems that the Berwick defense really putting the clampers on the rush.
And we're going to take a look at the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau halftime highlights from that opening half. And it started early with the defense. Billy Hansen reading the quarterback, coming up with the interception, setting up the Bulldogs at the 10-yard line. From there, one play, 5 seconds. Lonzinski to Wilk. It was 7-0 Berwick. A minute 2 into the ball game. Then the Bulldogs get it back, and this time Trey Wilk will do it running the football. 86 yards. Kishbaugh, his escort, to the blue end zone. 2 plays, 91 yards. It was 14-0 Dogs. Williamson would come back and find George Whaley for a big play offensively for the Millionaires. That would set up a 30-yard field goal attempt from Connor Poole. That kick was good. 4:32 remained in the opening quarter. It was 14-3 Bulldogs. Running the Wildcat, it would be Spencer Kishbaugh. 4 plays, 77 yards, a minute 40, capped by this 61-yard run by Kishbaugh. Point after was no good, and it was 20-3 Bulldogs. And that's where we stand here at the half. We are going to get a look at the halftime stats compiled by our very own Jim Burns. And also brought to you by the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. I apologize, Coach DeMelfi.
No problem. First downs, both team with 6. Yards rushing, minus 23 for Williamsport. 204 yards rushing several big plays in that 204 yards. 85 yards passing for the Millionaires, 30 yards passing for the Bulldogs. Total yardage, 234 for the Bulldogs, 62 total yards for the Millionaires. Both teams with a turnover, and the penalties we talked about. Berwick 8 for 85 yards, Williamsport 2 for 16 yards.
That has been the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau halftime highlights and stats. And the stats, as always, compiled by our very own Jim Burns. We're going to take another break and be back with third quarter action right after this.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
We moved! We've moved to 703 Airport Road. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has moved to our new state-of-the-art location with more room for greater selection and our all-new service and parts department. Come see us at our all-new location, Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, behind Walmart on Airport Road. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Coming soon to the Wilty Center at the historic castle, 700 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, it's Satisfaction, celebrating the Rolling Stones' 60th anniversary. Check it out September 22nd. Tickets are available at eventbrite.com.
We welcome you back to Crispin Field in Berwick, moments away from the start of the third quarter. Some individual stats from Jim Burns. The Bulldogs, who will be getting the ball offensively. Dre Wilk, 1 carry, 86 yards and a touchdown. Spencer Kishbaugh, 1 carry, 61 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Bankus, 9 carries, 41 yards. Matt Lonzinski is 4 of 6 passing for 30 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Silbinski, 1 for 19. Dre Wilk, 2 for 9 and a touchdown. For the Millionaires, George Whaley, 2 carries, 3 yards. Hennigan has held 6 carries, minus 18 yards as the Bulldog defense keying on him. Williamson is 6 of 12 passing, 79 yards and an interception. Whaley 1 of 1 for 6. As Poole comes on for the Barbush Automotive kickoff, that is going to take, that is Bankus, and Bankus with a head of steam all the way out near the 40-yard line. Just to go over Williamsport real quickly. Whaley, 3 catches, 35 yards. Holt, 1 for 36. And a key stat that Jim Burns showed us, Joe, defensively, Williamsport rushed 12 times in that opening half, only 2 of them for positive yardage, as you see the tail end of the S.J. Kowalski replay of the special teams for the Bulldogs.
Ball was kicked to the 3. The defense, the kickoff coverage team needs to get downfield. They cannot sit at the 30 and wait. Bankus with a nice return.
And it's Bankus on first down, got hit hard, but leaned forward for a gain of 2. In a big game in our area, Joe, head coach Mike Brennan's Danville Ironmen have tied at early portions of the third at 7 in their huge matchup tonight with Loyalsock.
Loyalsock, obviously a good football team, took Southern last week. Danville's been playing well, so good football game tonight. I believe it's at Danville.
And I keep reminding Coach Brennan where he got his TV start.
Yes.
Very well spoken on television. Lonzinski to Kishbaugh, and maybe trying to run before he had it, falls incomplete. That'll bring up third down.
That, Marty, plus the ball was thrown just a little bit behind him, and I think Lonzinski needs to take a little bit off that throw. And forcing a third down for the Bulldogs.
Joe, we talked about it during halftime. A huge series defensively for Williamsport, which means a big 3rd and 8 coming up for the Millionaires defensively.
And you had talked about needing a stop. Let's see if that can happen as the Bulldogs come out with trips right side.
Low snap, Lonzinski up with it, trying to find somebody. Heaves it downfield for Hansen, incomplete, but a flag has been thrown.
Don't know what, I don't know about that flag. Lonzinski does a good job picking the ball up, making a throw. He's obviously official saw something I didn't see. Ball was clearly overthrown. Now, was there a hold inside before the receiver went by the defender? That could very well be.
So it will be a first down via penalty, a Grand Central first down for the Bulldogs. That puts it in Williamsport territory, 1st and 10 at the 46.
Costly penalty for the Millionaires.
Bankus got hit in the backfield and will be held for no gain. I believe Rice led the charge for the Millionaires defensively.
Right side defensively doing a nice job for the Millionaires. Berwick was doing at the end of the second quarter, the last 5 minutes, they were doing a good job on first down, picking up yardage to make the second and third down easier. That time, nothing, forcing a 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a toss. This time it's Sheptalk back in the game and grabbing him from behind and bringing him down, Kanief Carter for the Millionaires, but not before Sheptalk got a gain of about 7.
Bo Sheptalk does a nice job cutting it back, but Carter made sure Berwick went that bunch to the left side. Get the corner, and he does until Carter brings him down, forcing a third down.
3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs. They're going to give it to Sheptalk. He's got the first down and more. Sheptalk trying to get to the outside, and he gets held up just enough by Slaughter as he'll get some help to bring him down, but not before another Grand Central first down.
Little bit of a counter look. Great block right at the line of scrimmage. Bruce Hartman. Nice block opening up a big hole for Sheptalk. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line of Williamsport.
And coming up for the tackle for loss on Sheptalk.
You know what, Marty? You can go to the well too often. I think once you start rushing the ball, what can you do? You can play fake, maybe toss to the outside, maybe try to make a quick throw to the sidelines. Your ball's in the middle of the field. But I know as you go along, you say, hey, if it works, let's keep running it. But I think there has to be plays in between that sets that up.
Play action. Lonzinski looking for Kishbaugh. He goes up and can't control it. Harden on the coverage as it falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Harden did a nice job there because he is jump ball. Kishbaugh goes up. I think Harden just enough coming down to have that ball come out of Kishbaugh's possession.
And before we get too far along, and then it was Dominic Diabelco coming up from his safety position, the senior, that made that play on the tackle for loss on first down. Now it's 3rd and 13. Play action. Lonzinski being pressured. Throws downfield to Slabinski. He gets forced out of bounds at about the 18, bringing up 4th down and 6.
Lonzinski did a nice job, number one, getting away from that defender, and number two, getting his shoulders around so he could make the throw. Let's see what the Bulldogs have in store. Slabinski in the game. He's going to be a tight receiver to trips to the left side.
Lonzinski pumps to Slabinski. He falls forward. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A 2 Italian guys connection. Lonzinski to Slabinski.
Now what happens is he gets tight to the tackle. They're running trips, so they're spread out to the left side. Slabinski runs directly up the field. Lonzinski does a nice job holding the ball. Touchdown. He gets by the linebackers. The secondary is so spread out because they had a wide out to the right side. Nobody picks Slabinski up. 26-3. Bulldogs looking to make it 2 on the extra point.
Hansen, the lone receiver at the top of the screen. They're going to give it to Sheptok straight up the middle. He's in for 2. So with 8:09 remaining in the third quarter, Bulldogs take the opening possession of the second half, put up 8, and they lead at 28-3.
We move! We've moved to 703 Airport Road. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has moved to our new state-of-the-art location with more room for greater selection and our all-new service and parts department. Come see us at our all-new location, Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, behind Walmart on Airport Road. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Coming soon to the Welty Center at the historic castle, 700 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, it's Satisfaction, celebrating the Rolling Stones' 60th anniversary. Check it out September 22nd. Tickets are available at eventbrite.com.
They could give them a...
Luke Peters on for the Barbush Automotive kickoff here in the third, and forcing Moses to the ground as he dove for the catch on the kickoff to keep it from bouncing past him. Millionaires will have it at their own 20. And Joe, as much as we talked about what Williamsport was hoping for defensively, I'm sure Coach Bennett couldn't have asked for much more to start the third.
That penalty really hurt them, hurt Williamsport. Penalty on the pass interference as Slabinski, 18-yard pass from Lonzinski. Sheptok on the run, 9 plays, 62 yards. Bulldogs go up by 25, 28-3.
And want to bring something up after this first down play. And is it a lateral? No, they'll say incomplete, looking for Harden. Joe, we mentioned Sheptok came back from that collision with Dre Wilk, but we look out there on the field. We haven't seen number 7 come back. And we see a player with like an ice pack sort of thing on his right shoulder without his pads or jersey, and we're almost wondering if that might be Dre Wilk.
And if it is, it's a good call by the medical staff as well as the coaching staff, because You have a long season in front of you here. You're up by 25 points. No, you really don't have to use him right now if it is him.
And we are just speculating because, as we said, he's not wearing a jersey, but we're wondering if it might be him. And a player who was on the sidelines earlier tonight with an injury, he's just come back with his second sack, and I'm talking about Alex Hacker.
Hacker does a good job right here on the outside. He has a back coming to him, sheds the back very quickly. Berwick secondary, excellent job. Sack caused by good coverage.
Third and 19.
Third and 19, Marty. Remember what we say about the playbook and third and 19s.
Not even from your arena days, Coach.
Oh, you got arena, not a problem.
Williamson again under pressure from Hacker, looking deep downfield for Arn and just overshot him. On coverage was Carmine Martz, the senior for Berwick.
Good coverage. That was a nice throw by Williamson. Got the ball in the air, but no dice, incomplete. Marty, third and 19 in arena, it's like second and 2.
You almost look forward to it because it gives you an extra play that you can run.
Exactly.
Pull on for the BLB Auto Sales punt with the Millionaires down 28-3. Bankus is the deep man for Berwick. Poole will kick out of his own end zone, got some pressure, but another nice kick, and it's muffed. Picked up for Berwick, but all the way back into Berwick territory as a host of Millionaires bring down the returner who picked up the fumble.
Great coverage, Marty.
That was Sheptalk on the heads up to pick up the loose football. But another nice kick from Poole. He's got to be one of the main positives tonight for the Millionaires. Strong kicking game.
Strong kicking game, good coverage there. Much better than the kickoff coverage by Williamsport earlier. Berwick will start their offense. 43-yard line. 7:02 left, third quarter.
We want to remind you that the Bulldogs will be back here at Crispin Field and on WILN for the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week as they play host to the Wolfpack of Wilkes-Barre area. We'll be on the air next Friday night at 7. Wolfpack Bulldogs next Friday night at 7 here on WILN. But some business to take care of and some hard running on first down. Picks up a Grand Central. First down.
Tell you what. Hits it hard, but this left side right here with the fullback in front, Bankus does a good job, but there's a great push, and he takes it for
First and 10 Bulldogs at the Millionaire 46.
Finally picked up the first down at the end of that run.
And it's going to be Bankus again, spinning his way near the 40.
Running a little bit of counter again, picking up 5 yards. Berwick had over 200 and some yards rushing at the half, Marty. Piling up big rushing numbers early on and continuing here in the third quarter.
With about 3 minutes left in the third, Danville has taken their first lead of the night, now leading 10-7 over Loyalsock. Here the Bulldogs leading 28-3, have a 2nd and 5 from the 41 of Williamsport.
I formation, flanker right, tight end left.
Bankus straight up the middle.
Going to be close.
Appears to be just shy of the first. And it looked like it was Williams and Diabelco on the tackle.
About a yard short, Marty. And here you again, full back up. Great block. Mike Vaughn doing an excellent job on that kick-out block. Third down.
And 1. Lonzinski again. And taking advantage, Joe, of the senior listed at 6 foot 217. And when you could get a push from the line, but you have a quarterback of that stature, you don't need to give him much of a push because he's got enough behind him to get it on his own as well.
Offensive line doing a nice job. And anytime you can rush for the numbers that the Bulldogs are putting up right now, the offensive line is doing a good job. I formation again with tight end left, flanker left, split end right side.
This time, though, it's Sheptalk on the carry. He'll get 2 to the 38.
Number 56 for Berwick. No, I have J.J. Leonard as that number. Great drive block.
We saw him come in earlier when Harrison Snyder had to leave due to some blood on his arm. But as we talked about, Leonard getting a lot of valuable experience right now as only a freshman.
Did a nice job on the last play. Bulldogs slot right I formation.
This time a toss to Sheptalk. He cuts it back in the middle. He's into open field with one man to beat. And he'll be hauled down by that defender, that Slaughter, but not before he picks up another grand central. Bulldog first down.
Great job by right side again. There you see the block. I'll tell you what, again, Mike Vaughn with a nice block, good kick out block by the right side of that line. Sheptalk makes a great cut.
So with 1st and goal at the 10, the Bulldogs again in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone. Looking to add to a 28-3 lead. The other thing, Joe, that clock continues to run here in the third, approaching 3 minutes remaining. Play action. Lonzinski to the end zone, knocked down by Harden as he got position on the attempt on the receiver. I believe that was Slabinski, but great positioning there by the Williamsport defender.
Well, there's a couple things. Number one, Lonzinski makes the fake. He comes out. Slabinski is there. He's a little bit taller than the defender. You got to put it up high. Harden almost intercepted that.
So it'll bring up 2nd and goal. Clock stopped with even 3 minutes remaining on the Blaze Alexander. Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton third quarter scoreboard. 2nd and goal Bulldogs. And this time it will be Sheptalk. And great job there defensively by Williamsport. The defender that came up forced him back to the middle. That was again Harden.
Harden came up quick to make the stop here as Sheptalk tries to flatten out and take it outside. Nothing there. Millionaires do a nice job forcing the Bulldogs into a 3rd down.
3rd and goal from the 8 as Lonzinski will come in with the play. Got plenty of time on the play clock, just approaching 10 seconds now. And it's right in front of Lonzinski's face as he faces the scoreboard to the end zone to our left. He rolls right, has a man open, and it's caught, but the pass forced him out of bounds, and I'm talking about Billy Hansen.
It's going to be at the 1, I believe. Got that ball a little bit too far to the sideline. Nice blocking on the corner.
Could officially mark it at the 2, 4th and goal.
Chase Shucker's doing a nice job on the corner. As you mentioned, Marty, 4th down.
Bankus checks back in for this 4th and goal. And I think Coach Bennett wants to use a timeout to talk about it with 2:08 left in the 3rd.
You've lived with it for too long. That recurring joint or muscle pain that makes everyday tasks a strain and repetitive movement almost impossible. Why put it off? The sooner you seek treatment, the more options you'll have. The faster you'll be back in full stride. The latest non-surgical solutions. The region's only nationally ranked program That's orthopedics in action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
As we return to Crispin Field, 4th and goal for the Bulldogs. 10th play of this drive. They've had 19 offensive plays to 3 for Williamsport in the second half. All thanks to Jim Burns with those stats. Bankus the tailback. 4th and goal. They give it to him. Bankus into the end zone. He's got himself a 2 Italian guys pizzeria. Bulldog touchdown.
I'll tell you what, Mike Vaughn's doing a nice job tonight leading Bankus as they go in for another score, 34-3.
Joe, I thought fullbacks were extinct.
Oh, Vaughn is doing an excellent job. Out of the I formation, if you don't have a fullback, you're not going to have much of an I formation.
No.
I'll be very honest with you. If you're going to run it, you need somebody that's going to pound, whether they're kicking out or isolating on a linebacker.
Bulldogs again line up to go for 2, and this is Hacker, but he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. 2-point conversion, no good as we keep it here. 2:04 remaining in the third quarter. It's 34-3. Bulldogs in front.
And I'll tell you what, Marty, complete domination by the Bulldogs in the third quarter. They ran about 19 or 20 plays we were talking about, used almost half the clock, if not more, and really gave Williamsport no chance.
Coming up, Coach DeMelfi, another home game next Friday night. We talked about it earlier. Wilkes-Barre area will be in town to take on the Bulldogs next Friday at 7. Then we get Schuylkill League action. We get to see our good friends from Mono area as the Golden Bears play host to Marion Catholic. And then we head back on October the 7th, the first Friday in October, to Harmon Guy Stadium, Comets Cougars. All games, part of the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton Game of the Week will start at 7 as Peters is on for the Barbush Automotive kickoff. Again, keeping it away from Hardin. And it's Moses again, and he'll get out. Actually, Hardin switched spots. I apologize. Hardin bringing it out across the 30 to the 33.
No, Marty, kick the ball to the sideline. If you can keep it in bounds, that time enables your kickoff coverage team to sort of trap that return man. And Bulldogs did a nice job there. Last touchdown for Berwick. Bankus, 2-yard run. PAT failed. 10 plays, 57 yards, 5 minutes, 4:58 off the clock.
And that might have been the bigger stat, Joe, the 4:58 off the clock, a time-consuming drive. As Williamsport trying to play in catch-up mode as Hennigan gets one of his best runs of the night.
Hennigan was trying to go to the right, shuffled to the left, and the Berwick defense backside overextended a little. That's why it turned out to be a 5 or 6 yard gain on first down.
You see, under a minute and a half remaining here in the third on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazleton third quarter scoreboard. The Bulldogs in front 34-3. And they'll give it again to Hennigan. And Hennigan again churning for some positive yardage out across the 40 to the 41. Leaves them with a 3rd and 2 after the gain of 3.
Hacker and Hawkins in on the tackle. See if the Millionaires can pick up that first down as we are closing in on the end of the third quarter.
Whaley rolls right, looking for Harden, and knocked away nicely by Martz. Great play defensively.
Excellent play defensively. Martz with an excellent job. Stays with that receiver.
And it looks down 34-3. Nothing to lose. The Millionaires will go for it here in their own territory. 4th and 2.
You overload the left side, single back to the quarterback's right, trying to go hard count.
Hannigan got away from a host of blue shirts, but can't get away from the second dose, led by Kishbaugh. Berwick holds on downs.
I tell you what, they just blew it up at the point of contact. Look, watch at the handoff right there.
Snyder first through.
Dre Wilk there at first, and then finally bringing him down. So that Berwick defense all over. Didn't give the running play a chance at all on that 4th and short. And as you mentioned, Marty, why not go for it? You're down by 31 points. You need to get the ball up the field if you can. So, Berwick's defense really playing well. It wasn't for that spate of penalties in the first half.
It's going to be a handoff on first down to Sheptock for a short gain of about a yard, and I think the Bulldogs will let that be the last play of the third quarter as the clock goes to zeros. Through 3, Berwick 34, Williamsport 3. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network. Hazleton, game of the week on WILN.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
We move! We've moved to 703 Airport Road. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has moved to our new state-of-the-art location with more room for greater selection and our all-new service and parts department. Come see us at our all-new location, Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, behind Walmart on Airport Road. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
On second down as we start the fourth quarter, it's a toss play to Sheptock as he takes a leap toward the first down marker. We'll see will they mark it. He looks to be about, well, let's see. Frank Galicki keeps moving around on me, and let's see. It's going to be a first down, a Grand Central first down. Ball marked all the way at the 28. Third quarter yardage, Joe, I'm sorry. Berwick 111 yards, Williamsport -3. And I would think if you're Coach Bennett, we talked so much about Williamsport. If you're Coach Bennett, come out and take control of this game, and the Bulldogs did it in that third quarter.
Completely dominated. Sheptock quick to the corner, picks up that first down.
And we have a new quarterback under center, number 3, Ethan Lear, took the snap at that time for Berwick.
I'll tell you what, Marty. Devin Harris, that tackle he's made inside for Williamsport, doing a nice job defensively as junior Ethan Lear directing this Bulldog offense.
Now in at fullback, Joe, I believe is number 32, Caden Hunter, as they'll give it to Sheptock, as he'll get to about the 25. That'll leave the Bulldogs with a 3rd down and 7.
That time, quicker reaction from the secondary, Williamsport, as they collar shot.
Joe, a couple of updates in fourth quarter action. Both games with about 5 minutes remaining. Danville leading Loyalsock 17-14. And the Cougars of Hazelton area went on an 85-yard drive. Wolf to Coleman, 20-7 Cougars leading the Wolfpack. Wolfpack will be here next Friday here on WILN taking on Berwick. Lear's first pass of the night knocked away by Slaughter as he was looking for the other 11, Billy Hansen.
Lear threw a nice ball off the run. There was good coverage there. He needed to either throw it away or try to get it downfield, but he never did get his shoulders turned, so he made the throw to Hansen.
And if you were late joining us, you missed it right off the start, and it may have been the play of the game, Joe, that interception by Billy Hansen in the opening moments of the first quarter.
Yeah, and like I said, they ran a slant in front of him. He sort of flattened the route out and just made the interception. Great job by Hansen to get it started.
They hand it off.
I believe that was 3rd down?
That was 4th down.
4th down, so Williamsport will take over after a good defensive series. One of the few really they've had tonight. Something to build on, though, for Coach Pearson.
I believe that was 28 and not 20. Tyler Winter that got the carry. But the Millionaires, as Joe mentioned, take over offensively at their own 22, 1st and 10. 10:20 left in the fourth, trailing 34-3 on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton scoreboard. And just as Coach Bennett did offensively, we're seeing some new numbers appear defensively for the Bulldogs. So we'll try to get you those as we go along here. Whaley remains in at quarterback as trying to break through is Hennigan.
Almost. He got tripped up right at the end of that run.
But he does get a Grand Central 1st down.
Here you see it. Good block at the line of scrimmage. He runs out of a couple tackles. Almost ran out of that one, but tripped up. Picks up the 1st down.
Ball marked at the 37 of Williamsport. And they'll give it to Hennigan again. Spun down as he got across the 40 to about the 43. Gain of 6.
As you mentioned, Marty, have some new players in on both sides of the ball. Try to get some numbers.
Well, it looks like number 13, Alex Estrella, is in the game. Talked about Kane Hunter before. He's also in the game. Number 20, Tymere Wilkerson, in as well for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a toss to Hennigan, this time to the left side. He is hit by Hunter, and he is going to be tackled by number 51, Gavin Jones, a sophomore.
Caden Hunter does a nice job, and then Jones in for the tackle. A 3rd down here, and about 4 yards. Here you see the toss.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 from the 44. And I don't think we've seen Williamson this second half. It's been Whaley who has been taking the snaps under center. And he'll give again to Hennigan. Hennigan gets the 1st down and more into Berwick territory. And he is going to be knocked out of bounds by, and I'll have to apologize, number 24 that we do not have on our roster for the Bulldogs.
Ran out of a tackle right there, or can't arm tackle. You got to wrap him up.
So it's a Grand Central 1st down for Hennigan. trying to get his confidence back after a rough 3 quarters for him offensively as Berwick definitely looked to take away number 4 from this Williamsport offense. And it'll be Hennigan again. And he'll get a yard as joining in on the tackle we haven't
try to go left. Then the backside of that defense closed on Hennigan. No gain. We're looking at a 2nd and 10 as the clock winds down. Looks like at this point the Berwick Bulldogs are going to go 2-2 record-wise.
And this time it'll be Moses who gets the carry. Weist in there on the play as well as J.J. Leonard. And Joe, if you're Coach Pearson, you may not like the numbers that Berwick put up rushing the football. You're going to need to get that corrected as they go on the road again next week against a team that we know likes to run the football, and I'm talking about the Crestwood Comets.
Crestwood Comets have traditionally been a running offense. And that's we've seen them do that over the years.
Play action, Whaley going downfield, has Harden, that is in, but there is a flag back at the 30.
And the flag is the offensive line is down the field. Can't be more than a yard, 2 at the most. I believe, and the umpire, Frank Galicki, made the call, so I believe that's what it is.
A touchdown that may be taken away that would have accounted for 33 yards, but it looks like it's coming back. And it's, as you said, Joe, an eligible man downfield. And we talked about it a little bit last week, and you with your offensive line background, how difficult is it in this day and age with quarterbacks that are so athletic, but they still continue to try to keep the play alive? Or maybe in the past you think, okay, the quarterback's just going to run, let's block downfield.
And what you do, you have to teach your offensive line, stay flat at the line of scrimmage, even if you're moving right or left, until you can get a good idea whether the quarterback's going to run it.
So this will be Hennigan on 3rd and 10.
But once you start to drift, Marty, and you're downfield, there were 3 or 4 offensive linemen at least 5 yards downfield on that throw.
So it brings up 4th down, and if they went for it last time, I'm sure the Millionaires will be going for it again here.
I don't think there's any doubt.
Clock continues to run on the 4th quarter scoreboard, brought to you by Blaze Alexander, family dealerships of Greater Hazelton, Williamsport, looking to get an offensive touchdown, maybe build some momentum for next week's matchup against Crestwood, trailing here 34-3. Whaley will go under center, play clock down to 5. Whaley looking to pass. Now he rolls. Looking. He's going to tuck it and run. He's got a 1st down and more. Whaley tiptoeing down the sidelines. What an effort. He's in for a 2 Italian guys. Pizzeria, touchdown, no flags.
I'll tell you what, Marty, did a nice job running. Berwick's defense there really allowed Whaley to get to the sideline and then didn't do a very good job tackling as he ran away from and out of a couple tackles. So, 34-9, Berwick up, but something to build on. That's what you have to think about when you're a coach on the losing end. You do some good things during the game. That's what you build on.
Pull on for the point after. Hold is down. The kick is up and good. 5:41 left in the 4th. It's 34-10 Bulldogs.
Here you see Whaley gets to the corner here, being chased. There's 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3 tackles, 4 tackles, 5 tackles, and he scores.
And we keep it here as we looked at the S.J. Kowalski replay on that touchdown.
Marty, I said tackles. I meant missed tackles, except for the last one, brought him down, but too little, too late.
One of the games we were updating earlier, North Schuylkill, another victory, 3 in a row, as they defeated Tamaqua 49-24 under the direction of one of your old players, Coach Hall.
Coach Hall was at Mahanoy area. And Shenandoah, I'm sorry. Before that,
he was at both.
He was at both.
Bankus taking the Barbush Automotive kickoff out across, and well, it actually looks like they'll mark it right at the 30. So twice we've mentioned your Wilkes program. You get any kind of residuals for that?
No.
No. Just a phone call from Mr. Wilk.
I got 2 new hips. I'm standing around on practice field. Marty, Whaley, 31 yards down the sideline, 5:41. Poole made the kick, 9 plays, 78 yards. Score for the Millionaires.
And it is Tyler Winter getting the carry for the Bulldogs on first down, as he'll get a gain of 2. Let's try to get some of these newer players mentioned. Number 54, Luke Krepich, is in the game for the Bulldogs. We'll wait as they break formation. It looks like in the huddle, number 58, Rocco Romeo, a sophomore, getting some action. On this 2nd and 8 play for the Bulldogs, it is Winter trying to get some room to the outside. He's got a first down and more before he's knocked out of bounds, picking up a grand central first down for Berwick.
Tyler Winter getting to the corner. Here you go, see it. Runs quickly. Williamsport had some penetration, but Winter just ran away from that penetration, picks up good yardage in the first down.
Saw him earlier, Kanief Carter knocked him out of bounds. First and 10 ball marked right at midfield. And this time Winter will be dropped for a loss. Coming up to make the tackle for Williamsport was number 22, Devin Harris, a junior.
Tried to go to the right side, Marty. Nothing there. Second down, loss of 1, so we'll have 2nd and 11 as the clock winds at 3:45, winding to the end of the ball game. Overall, Bulldogs, I thought, played fairly well, defensively strong.
Play action, Lear keeps it. Lear into Williamsport territory, down the sideline, will be knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
Lear does a nice job on hiding the ball. Made the good fake right here. Made the good fake. Caused the defensive end to close quickly. And then Lear picks up good yardage and the first down.
Slaughter was the defender to knock him out, but not before he picked up the Grand Central first down all the way to the 30. Clock stopped at 3:20 remaining here in the 4th on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton scoreboard. Late player coming on for Williamsport as Winter gets a gain of 5 to the 25.
Berwick adding to their rushing yardage tonight, which I'm sure is going to approach 450, maybe more.
Lear checks in with the play.
I want to see how close I am, Marty.
Oh, you've got somebody that the wheels are turning. Matt Gordner, number 62, is in for the Bulldogs, and we may get a first down via penalty as Williamsport may have jumped off sides. That is the call.
Late in the game, concentration's important.
The Bulldogs have the ball right at the 20. They're in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone. They'll re-huddle. Hazelton area ran out the clock. They go to 4-0 with a 20-7 victory over Wilkes-Barre area. The Wolfpack will be here next Friday night against Berwick. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Getting a little sloppy late in the game. Big margin of victory. Both teams, some younger players in making mistakes that you expect younger players to make.
And we should talk about one of our good friends, Coach Mike Brennan. His Danville Ironmen come away with a big 17-14 victory tonight over Loyalsock. Winter trying to get the penalty back, gets a gain of about 4 before he is tripped up by Harris.
Left side and cuts it back.
He's second down and 11 from the 21. Bulldogs can snap it again under a minute remaining, if they so choose.
As Lear comes out with the play, no hurry, clock winding to 1 minute. And as I said earlier, Bulldogs going to 2-2.
Winter again, up the middle. Knocked down near the 15.
Looks like one more snap will do it. As you see, Winter does a nice job finding the crease and getting up the field. As
one more play before the Bulldogs officially go 2-2.
My favorite play. I don't know if it's going to be kneel down or not.
Lear will keep. Lear rolls. Gets the first down. He's got himself a touchdown, but a late flag. Thrown back at about the 8.
Block in the back, maybe. Lear did a great job with the fake. He can hide the ball, but we're going to see a block in the back, I believe.
Now, Coach, if I've learned anything from you in all these years we've been together, you never have the perfect effort, and you mentioned it earlier on. The one thing that Coach Bennett won't be happy about is the penalties.
I think we're looking at major penalties, 9 or 10 for big yardage. And like I said, 24 points ahead. But you can't let it slide because you're not going to. The next time it happens, and I said this earlier, it could really hurt you. So we're looking at 10.2 seconds left.
Now I think you're getting your favorite play, Coach.
Yes.
Lear will take a knee, and the clock will go to zeros. Berwick, as Coach mentioned, goes to 2-2, but momentum-wise, winners of 2 in a row are the Bulldogs, and they'll await the arrival of the Wolfpack here next Friday night, and you'll be able to see it here on WILN. Williamsport falls to 1-3, and it doesn't get any easier as they'll get some more road graders next Friday as they head to Mountaintop to take on the Comets of Crestwood.
We're going to see them a couple times more, I believe. So, and we're always impressed with them. They are well coached. They rush the ball and play respectable defense. So it'll be interesting.
And I really think, Joe, a lot of what will be written about tonight's game, and rightfully so, great play on the offensive line, great rushing statistics for this Berwick offense. But the one thing I don't want to discount was the play of the defense, and especially that play early in the first quarter, an aggressive play defensively by Billy Hansen coming up with that interception.
Yeah, Berwick ended up at 415 yards rushing. I'll tell you what, anytime you can rush for 400 or more, number one, you're going to be in the ball game for sure. Williamsport ended up 139, 54 yards on the ground, 85 in the air. So Berwick's defense, we talked about doing a great job, and the offensive line allows Berwick's backs pick up 415 yards of rushing.
And Joe, if you can go by scores, Hazelton area goes to 4-0, but we're in a dogfight with Cerro Cinti's Wolfpack. And if we know anything from watching Cerro Cinti teams, it was probably a dogfight, a very physical battle. And that's something that Coach Bennett has to get his Bulldogs ready for in the visiting Wolfpack next Friday night.
Exactly, and we'll be here to broadcast.
That's because you must know somebody well, back-to-back home games.
I know the guy that makes the schedule.
The Bulldogs make it 2 in a row as we say goodnight for our director, Barry J.S. For stats by Jim Burns. For Berwick's own Joe DeMelfi, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. Once again, the final score. Berwick 34, Williamsport 10. Join us next Friday night at 7 for the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week. We'll be right back here at Crispin Field in Berwick as the Bulldogs will play host to the Wolfpack of Wilkes-Barre area. We'll be on the air next Friday night live at 7. This has been a WYLN Sports Special presentation, and good night from Crispin Field in Berwick.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.